Hi, my name's Ciara from Ciara's Home Yoga, and this is Yoga for Overwhelm. In today's society, we're made to believe that we need to do more, have more, achieve more. But the truth is, sometimes we just need to slow down to feel balanced and at ease. And that's what we'll do today, when we nourish ourselves with gentle movement and we look after our breath. For today's practice, we'll need a block or a cushion. We'll start seated, sitting cross-legged on our mat. You can sit on a cushion or a bolster if that feels more comfortable for you. Shoulders back and down. We'll inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, we'll twist to the left, looking over our left shoulder. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, we'll twist to the right, looking over our right shoulder. And again, we'll repeat this a few times, making it a moving meditation by moving with our breath. And move at your own pace here. Close your eyes if that feels good. We're twisting from our waist here. And we're not forcing in this stretch. We're just warming up our body. And release back to center. We'll inhale our left hand to the ceiling. Exhale, we'll stretch to the right, making sure that our lower shoulder is down away from our ear. Inhale, we'll flow to the other side. Exhale, we'll feel into the stretch. And again, we'll repeat this a few times, moving at your own pace. Feeling into our belly and feel it rise and fall with our breath. And release back to center. We'll bring our left hand to our right shoulder blade now. Hold on to our elbow and draw our elbow back. And breathe deeply here, breathing like we did on our first two stretches when we move with our breath. Making sure that our ribs are not sticking out, they're tucked in. And release, other side. Bringing our left hand to our right shoulder blade and drawing our elbow back as much as feels good and breathing deeply. And release. I'm going to turn now so you can see me in profile, and staying seated with our legs crossed, we'll bring our hands behind our bum, coming up onto our fingertips. We'll roll our shoulders back and down, and we're opening across the chest, drawing our shoulders back, lifting our chest up for heart opener. Breathing deeply. Shoulders remain down, away from our ears throughout. And release. We'll bring the soles of our feet on our mat now, with our legs bent and our hands on our knees. We'll inhale, look up, shoulders back and down. Exhale. exhale, we'll round in our spine, bringing our chin to our chest and squeezing our navel to our spine. And again, we'll repeat this cat-cow flow a few times, moving with our breath. Last one. And release. We'll make our way, we'll cross our legs now, and we'll make our way to tabletop with our hands under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. We'll inhale and extend our right leg. Exhale, we'll bring our right leg to the left hand side of our mat and look back to look at our toes. Our back leg is activated, nice and strong, and we're pushing into our heel. Looking over our left shoulder for a full side body stretch. And release. We'll extend our leg again before lowering it to the mat. Other side. Any discomfort here, you can come up onto your fingertips if that feels better. We'll inhale and extend our left leg. Exhale, we'll bring our left leg to the right side of our mat. Toes resting on the ground. We're pushing through our heel and looking over our right shoulder to our foot. Breathing deeply with long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales. We'll extend our leg again and lower it to the mat. We'll open our knees as wide as our mat now. Bring our big toes to touch, sit on our heels, and we come forward into child's pose, resting our forehead or our chin on our mat, whatever works for you. We'll bring our attention to our breath now. And connect to our deep abdominal breathing, feeling our belly rise and fall with every breath. And release. We'll come back to tabletop now, and we'll walk our knees back an inch or two before lowering down onto our belly. Hands under our shoulders, shoulders back and down. We're opening across the chest. We'll inhale, come up to Cobra, elbows in tight into our body. Exhale, lower down. And again, we'll repeat this Cobra flow a few times, making sure that our shoulders are down away from our ears. Last one. And release. We'll make our way to kneeling on our mat now, with our knees together. If this isn't available to you, you can put a block between your feet and sit on your block. Play around with different orientations of your block and find the one that works best for you. Or you can sit in your heels. And we're going to do some Tibetan sun salutations. We'll inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, arms down, sit on our heels, give yourself a hug and come forward. And again. Inhale, arms up, come up, lift up. Exhale. We give ourselves a hug and bring our elbow to our thighs. And two more. If you're on your block now, when you come forward, just come forward as much as feels good without losing your balance. One more for good luck. And release. We'll make our way to lying down in our mat now. And we'll bring our feet behind our bum, and we'll bring our left ankle to our right knee and draw our right knee into our chest. You can hold on to the back of your thigh here if that feels good, or you can hold on to the front of your knee, whatever works for you. And we're going to do some gentle circles with our knee, tennis ball size circles with our knee, one way and the other, and we're going to continue to draw circles while we bring our attention to our breath. If we get lost in thought, we'll return our attention to our breath. When I get overwhelmed, I get a to-do list on repeat in my head, monkey mind. A great way to get over that and move past that is to recognise the emotion behind it. For me, it's fear of not being good enough. And allowing that fear and recognising it by going, oh, there's just fear, there's that list again, allows me to move past it. And it's the same thing if you're feeling overwhelmed about a certain situation. Acknowledging and allowing the emotion behind it, whether it's sadness, fear, anger. Anger's a funny one. Society doesn't look well on anger, but actually it tells us that a boundary has been crossed and something isn't right. And when we allow our emotions, we can move past them and let them go quicker, and we'll feel less overwhelmed. And release. Other side. Bringing our right foot to our left knee and our knee into our chest. Holding onto the back of our thigh and flexing both feet. Or you can relax your left foot onto your thigh. Or you have the option to hold on to the front of your knee. Breathing deeply, drawing our shoulder blades down to our back. And again, we focus on our breath. If we get lost in thought, we'll recognise the emotion and back to our breath. Breathing deeply and evenly here. And we'll do circles at this side too. Tennis ball size circles, alternating the directions yourself. One way and the other way and back again. We'll bring a smile to our face now as we continue to work the little circles. This relaxes all the muscles in our face. And release. We'll bring our feet to our mat, as wide as our mat, and we'll windscreen wiper our knees over to the left hand side of our mat. Inhale, we'll bring our knees to the right hand side of our mat. Exhale, back to the left. And we'll repeat this a few times again, moving with our breath again, and moving at your own pace. Last one. And release. We'll bring your feet together, roll to one side and push yourselves back up to sitting. We'll come to sitting now with our legs extended on our mat. We'll bring our right foot to our left inner thigh. Inhale, we'll reach our right hand to the ceiling. Exhale, we'll stretch over to our left foot and we'll flex our foot. We'll make sure that our lower shoulder is down away from our ear, like our first stretch, one of our first stretches. And our ribs are stacked, so we're not collapsing on our ribs here. Our ribs are on top of each other. Breathing deeply, focusing on our breath. Breathing like we do when we move with our breath. When we get lost in thought, we'll return our attention to our breath every time. And release, back to center, other side. Extending our right leg, our left foot to our right inner thigh. Inhale, we'll reach our left hand to the ceiling. Exhale, we'll stretch to the right, flexing our right foot. Our lower shoulder is down away from our ears, and we're making sure that our ribs are stacked here. Breathing deeply. And release. For our last stretch, we come to sitting with our legs crossed again. Shoulders back and down. We clasp our hands behind our back and move our hands away from our body, tucking our chin in very slightly here, making sure that our shoulders remain down away from our ears. Breathing deeply. Feeling our shoulder blades squeeze together behind our back again. And release. Our next stretch is very similar to that, but we don't hold it. So on our inhale, we'll draw our shoulders back and down, tucking your chin in very slightly. Exhale to release. We'll do this 2 more times. release. I hope you enjoyed today's practice and you got something from it. Please consider subscribing to my channel at Ciara's Home Yoga. I upload a new video every Saturday to start the weekend connected to our body and our breath. I hope to see you again. And remember, we're only one person and we can only do so much. We're not machines. We're given the impression from social media and newspapers and everything that how we feel about ourselves comes from how productive we are. But it really comes from looking after ourselves and resting when we need rest. And when we allow ourselves to feel rest, that's when we feel less overwhelmed, and we also get some perspective too. Because when we stop, we realise what's important to us. For me, do I want a perfect home with everything in its place? Or do I want a clean enough home with the time and energy to spend with my husband and kids so that they feel seen and loved? And equally, I feel loved and seen by myself when I rest, and I feel less overwhelmed too. I hope you enjoyed this practice and you'll subscribe to my channel at Ciara's Home Yoga for more gentle yoga videos like this. Have a great rest of your day.